Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Sue, your East Oakland advocate. Well, behind me is Lakeside Metal Recyclers. They're in the final hours of closing their business down. I worked with Lance Finkel since 2018 when they first moved in here, and I worked very closely with the agricultural business that used to be here before them. And before that, when I first arrived, this was empty. And the reason why they're closing down is because of the nighttime criminals breaking in, climbing over their walls, and stealing the recyclings that they've already purchased from the public. And so after 6 years now, Lakeside Metals is calling it quits. And probably some of you have known Lakeside Metals for some time. They've been around a long time. They were down in the Jack London Square area on Madison, right next to the Highway 880. They got removed because housing went in there. The whole block was developed and created a whole bunch of apartment buildings that are some are full, but most aren't. But anyway, this business was a benefit to the community. It was a recycler for 6 years. While the business has been around a long time, the real loss isn't the loss of this business. The real loss are the 15 jobs that used to be here. And that's the problem that Oakland has. So many businesses are closing up. The closure of a business is only one element. The most important element is the jobs that are lost from the closure of that business. Across the way was AB I Foundry. I work with a lot of community groups here, CBE being the most prominent one here, a community for building a better environment. And I work with them, I think since 2016, 2017 with them. Also worked with a lot of the Bay Area Air Quality Management District, all the different air quality management districts for California on this issue. And then I worked with a lawyer, because that business across the way, AB I, poisoned me, literally. And they've been lying about it to the community for decades. And they were the biggest thing that we got them on, AB and I. We knew they were lying. We had so much evidence, just with my shelter being only a couple of 100 yards away from their property. And so Hexavalent Chromium is very toxic and dangerous. And so my lungs have a lot of hexavalent chromium, so that it's estimated that I probably won't live past 70 because of the toxins that AB and I emitted into the community, the Oakland community, all the way to the Oakland Hills. And so that's why I worked diligently at making sure they were closed so that they're no longer poisoning the community. And here's the thing, as your mayor candidate, I determined, along with other people, as a group, that AB and I needed to be shut down because they were poisoning the community. They were making the community sick. Our children have breathing and respiratory issues and many health issues that are documented going back to the 40s. And AB and I no longer is a benefit to the city in the sense that their products, the cast iron pipe, 80% of it is sent overseas, mostly to China, and less than 20% of their products even stay in the United States. So with all the toxicity, all the poisoning and everything, it is not a benefit. Doesn't matter how much money, how much taxes they raise, even the jobs at this point. They had 200 positions there, 200 jobs. Those jobs moved back to Texas. So it wasn't really a big loss. The business still exists, just not in this state. It went back to a state where there's a lot of toxic things going in Texas. That's why it's one of the states that I avoid. And I'm amazed that there's not more explosive accidents from what I've seen in my visits to Texas. But the business here behind me, this was a benefit for the community, where recycling, you brought in metals and you got paid for it. And so they didn't emit VOCs like AB and I did. So this business was a benefit to the city of Oakland, and now it's a loss. So the 200 jobs that we lost with AB and I, not a big deal, because they went back to Texas. This one here, along with many other Oakland businesses, the closure of that business hurts, and it's the tax dollars that we need to keep the city running. The tax dollars from the business, the tax dollars from the employment of those workers. One of the things that I do want to say about AB and I, all 15 workers, they have no retirement. Literally, they have no retirement. When Lance Finkel closes the doors here tomorrow, 15 employees have about 6 months of unemployment, and then they're done. There's nothing for them after that. There's no income. I've spoken to the workers. Many of these workers here worked for Lance for 15 to 20 years, and they were paid really cheaply. Lance, he's not one of the better employers, but he kept his workers for a good long time. So that does say something about the work here. But again, we're losing 15 workers plus the taxes that this business generates, and that hurts the bottom line of the city of Oakland. We have to reverse that, turn that around, and bring back businesses. That's what my plans do. Bring businesses back and helps to restore and rebuild Oakland in a thriving manner. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.